guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lanyel Kuzar and I'm the owner of Event Decor and more. So last week I helped to decorate for a retirement party. I provided a balloon garland and then I also provided a stand for the backdrop. And guess what? My balloons did not come out the way that I wanted them to come out, all right? So I wanna walk you guys through the setup and then I'm gonna come back on at the end of the video. It's gonna be a very quick setup just to talk about what happens. What happens when your decorations don't come out the way that you want them to. All right, so let's get started. So that was my balloon garland and my backdrop, okay? Actually, it wasn't my backdrop. The client provided that backdrop. I just gave her the stand, okay? So I rented her the stand to be able to use that backdrop, but I did the balloon garland and it did not come out the way that I wanted it to. So I wanted to show you guys this experience because I want to be real with you guys. All of my decorations don't come out the way that I envision them in my head. So I wanted to share that experience with you guys and then give you some of my lessons learned. So the first lesson learned with this event is that I am no longer just renting out my stand, okay? So if a client wants to use one of my backdrops, then I'll set up the stand for them and the backdrop. But if the client purchases their own backdrop, then it's their responsibility to set up that backdrop. So I am no longer just renting out my stands because a lot of times I don't even know what the backdrop looks like. I don't know if it has a pocket hole at the top. I don't know if that pocket hole at the top of their backdrop that they purchased is even going to be big enough to fit my backdrop stand. For me, I have always run into issues when it comes to setting up a backdrop that someone else purchased, okay? So from now on, going forward, if the client wants to use one of my backdrops that I have in my inventory, then I will provide the stand for it. But if they want to purchase their own backdrop, then it's going to be their responsibility to set it up. Another thing that I learned from this event is that I have to get rid of my old backdrop stands. So I don't know if you guys noticed, but in the setup video, my backdrop stand kept falling and falling and falling and falling. The top part of it just kept falling over. It would not stay attached. And I think that backdrop stand is old and it's broken and it's probably missing parts. So from now on, I'm not using that anymore. So one tip that I would give you guys is to start going through your inventory, making sure that you're going through your inventory, and anything that's old and broken, just get rid of. Like I have my pipe and drape stands, which are newer and they're more sturdy, and those are the stands that I will be using from now on. And the last lesson learned from that event is that I'm still gonna practice the shape of my balloon garlands. So for me, what makes a beautiful balloon garland is the shape, okay? The shape makes a beautiful balloon garland. Now the colors of the balloon garland also play a factor, because sometimes if the colors are clashing, or if the colors aren't grouped together, or if they don't blend nicely, that can throw off the balloon garland as well. But for me, I just want to make sure I get the shape of the balloon garland down. So I'm going to show you a picture of a balloon garland that I think had perfect shape, okay? So I'm going to show you guys this. So this was from the Tyler Perry event that I did. And when I tell you, I got so many compliments on this balloon garland, and I think it was because the shape. It was shaped perfectly. So I'm gonna continue practicing and perfecting the shape of my balloon garland. So those were my lessons learned for you guys. You know, it's always hard when your decorations don't come out the way that you want them to, okay? So in your head, you have a vision, and you're expecting that your decorations look exactly the way that they look in your head. But the thing is, clients can't see what's in your head. They can't see what's in your head. They don't know what the decorations were supposed to look like. I mean, unless you have a client that provided you with an inspiration picture and they're expecting that their decorations come out exactly like that inspiration picture. But most of my clients don't. So I feel like a lot of times we get disappointed, but the client still loves the decorations. They still love the decorations. They still think it looks beautiful, okay? So for me, sometimes I just have to walk away. Like my son will be there and he'll say, "Mom, the decorations look fine." Or the client will tell me, "Oh, these look beautiful, right? This is beautiful. This is gorgeous. I love it." But in my head, I'm like, it doesn't look the way I want it to look, right? So I'll have to force myself to take a step back and just leave it alone, okay? So I wanted to encourage you guys with this video so you can see that there are times where my decorations don't come out the way that I wanted them to. I'm not perfect and I'm still learning, okay? So I want to encourage you to continue practicing, continue perfecting. Always strive to get better and better and better, okay? Don't be disappointed just because one event didn't come out the way that you want to. If the decorations don't come out the way that I want them to, I just take a step back. Right after the event, I figure out where I went wrong and what I could have done better, and then I implement that for the next event, okay? So try not to get so down and disappointed to where you want to quit and give up. Just keep practicing, keep learning, and trust me, your decorations will improve, all right? So if you guys have any questions, please let me know, and I'll see you in my next video.